The rain poured down in sheets, drenching the streets of downtown Seattle as Emily dashed from her car to the coffee shop entrance. Her heart raced not from the sprint but from the text she'd received. "Meet me now. It's urgent." She pushed open the door, scanning the dimly lit room until her eyes locked on Sarah, her best friend of 10 years, sitting in the corner booth with a look of utter devastation. Without a word, Emily slid into the seat across from her. But before she could ask what was wrong, Sarah leaned forward and pressed her lips against Emily's in a desperate, passionate kiss that sent shockwaves through her body. Emily pulled back, her mind reeling. "Sarah, what the hell?" she whispered, her voice trembling as the taste of Sarah's tears mingled with the rain on her skin. The kiss wasn't just a mistake. It was a confession, one that upended everything Emily thought she knew about their friendship, and about herself. Sarah's hand shook as she gripped the edge of the table. "I can't do this anymore. I'm pretending, hiding. I love you. Not as a friend. More than that." Her words hung in the air like the storm outside, heavy and unavoidable. Emily's engagement ring suddenly felt like a lead weight on her finger, a reminder of the life she'd built with Mark, the safe, expected path her conservative family had always pushed her toward. But in that moment, with Sarah's eyes pleading for understanding, Emily felt a crack in the facade she'd maintained for so long. Growing up in a strict Catholic household in suburban Chicago, Emily had learned early on to suppress any feelings that didn't fit the mold. Her parents, devout and unyielding, had drilled into her the importance of tradition. College, a good job, marriage to a nice man, kids. Deviation wasn't an option. When she moved to Seattle for her marketing job at a tech firm, it was supposed to be a fresh start, but the expectations followed her like shadows. Mark was perfect on paper, kind, ambitious, from a similar background. Their engagement 6 months ago had been met with joyous calls from her parents, plans for a church wedding already underway. Sarah, on the other hand, had always been the wild card in Emily's life. They met in college, bonding over late-night study sessions and shared dreams of escaping their small-town upbringings. Sarah came from a fractured family in rural Oregon, where her coming out as lesbian at 18 had led to rejection and estrangement. She wore her scars like armor, channeling her pain into her work as a social worker, helping LGBTQ youth navigate the very struggles she'd endured. Emily admired her strength, envied her freedom, but never allowed herself to question why being around Sarah made her feel alive in ways Mark never could. Now, in the coffee shop, the weight of Sarah's confession pressed down on Emily. "This can't happen," Emily said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm engaged. My family, they'd never understand." But even as she spoke, doubt crept in. Hadn't she felt it too? The lingering touches, the stolen glances, the way Sarah's laugh could light up her darkest days. It wasn't just friendship. It was something deeper, forbidden. Sarah nodded, wiping her eyes. "I know. That's why I had to tell you. Watching you plan this wedding, it's killing me. If you choose him, I'll step back. But what if this is who you are? What if ignoring it destroys you?" The question echoed in Emily's mind as she left the shop, the rain masking her tears. Driving home to the apartment she shared with Mark, she replayed the kiss over and over. By the time she parked, her resolve was fracturing. Mark greeted her with a smile, oblivious, as he stirred dinner on the stove. "Rough day?" he asked, pulling her into a hug. Emily forced a nod, but inside turmoil raged. That night, lying awake beside him, she wondered if she could bury this secret, or if it would erupt and consume everything. The next morning, Emily called in sick to work, needing space to think. She wandered the city, ending up at Pike Place Market, where the bustle of vendors and tourists provided a temporary distraction. But her phone buzzed incessantly, texts from Sarah apologizing, pleading for a chance to talk. Emily ignored them, but the silence only amplified her inner conflict. Was she gay? Bisexual? Or was this just confusion born from Sarah's influence? Her thoughts were interrupted by a call from her mother. "Emily, honey, I was thinking about the wedding favors. Your father and I are so excited." The enthusiasm in her voice twisted like a knife. Coming out wasn't just personal. It would shatter her family's world. Her parents had disowned her uncle years ago for similar reasons, cutting him off without a second thought. The fear of that rejection paralyzed her. By afternoon, Emily found herself at Sarah's doorstep, unannounced. Sarah opened the door, surprise etching her features. I didn't expect. We need to talk, Emily interrupted, stepping inside. The small apartment, filled with books on psychology and pride flags tucked in corners, felt like a sanctuary compared to her own sterile home. They sat on the couch, the tension thick. That kiss. It scared me because it felt right, Emily admitted, her voice cracking. But Mark, my family, they're my life. Sarah reached for her hand, but Emily pulled away. I get it. The pressure. But living a lie? That's not you. Remember college? You were the one who dragged me to protests fighting for equality. Where's that fire now? Emily's eyes welled up. It's buried under expectations. If I choose you, I lose everything. Sarah's expression hardened with empathy. And if you don't, you lose yourself. The conversation stretched into hours, dissecting their shared history, the moments where unspoken attraction simmered. By evening, Emily left more confused than ever, promising nothing. But as she drove away, a seed of rebellion took root. That night she dreamed of Sarah, of a life unbound by others' rules. Days blurred into a haze of avoidance. Emily threw herself into wedding planning, hoping busyness would drown the doubts. Mark noticed her distraction, attributing it to stress. We can postpone if you need, he offered gently one evening over dinner. No, Emily snapped, then softened. I'm fine. Just overwhelmed. But the lie gnawed at her. Meanwhile, Sarah respected the space, but her absence left a void. Emily found herself scrolling through old photos, lingering on ones with Sarah, her smile radiant. Then came the breaking point. At a family video call, her parents gushed about the future grandchildren. You'll make such a wonderful mother, Emily, her mom said. The words triggered a panic attack. Excusing herself, she locked herself in the bathroom, hyperventilating. In that moment she texted Sarah. I can't breathe here. Help. Sarah arrived within the hour, finding Emily curled on the floor. Breathe with me, she soothed, holding her close. As Emily calmed, she whispered, I think I love you too. It was the admission that changed everything. But with it came the storm. Mark walked in unexpectedly, catching them in the embrace. His face crumpled. What's going on? Emily stood, tears streaming. Mark, we need to talk. The confrontation was brutal. Mark's hurt turned to anger. How long? With my fiancé's best friend. He stormed out, leaving Emily shattered. Sarah stayed, but the victory felt hollow. This is just the beginning, she said. Your family next. Emily nodded, steeling herself. The path ahead was fraught with loss, but for the first time she felt free. The fallout from that night rippled through Emily's life like aftershocks from an earthquake. Mark moved out the next day. His boxes packed in silence, his eyes avoiding hers. I thought we were building a future, he said at the door, voice thick with betrayal. Emily could only apologize, knowing words were inadequate. He left without a backward glance, and the apartment echoed with emptiness. Sarah moved in temporarily, a decision born from necessity and desire. Their first days together were tentative, filled with stolen kisses and whispered confessions, but overshadowed by guilt. Emily wrestled with the morality of it all. Had she led Mark on? Destroyed a good man for her own selfish awakening? The questions kept her up at night, staring at the ceiling while Sarah slept peacefully beside her. Work became a refuge, but even there whispers followed. Colleagues noticed the ring was gone, prying with well-meaning questions. Emily deflected, but the strain showed. Her boss pulled her aside one afternoon. Everything okay? You seem off. She forced a smile lying through her teeth. The real test came with her family. Emily delayed the call as long as possible, but secrets have a way of surfacing. A week later her sister Claire texted. Mark just posted about the breakup. What happened? Emily's heart sank. She called Claire, the only family member she trusted somewhat. It's complicated, she began, but the truth spilled out about Sarah, the kiss, her feelings. Claire was silent for a long moment. Are you sure? This isn't just a phase. The doubt stung. It's real, Claire. I've never felt this way. Claire sighed. Mom and Dad. They'll freak. Uncle Tom's story all over again. The memory of her uncle's exile loomed large. Emily hung up, dread pooling in her stomach. That evening, she and Sarah discussed strategy over takeout. We tell them together, Sarah suggested. Show them it's not a whim. But Emily shook her head. I need to do it alone first. Prove I'm strong enough. The call to her parents was a battlefield. We broke up, Emily said, voice steady despite her racing pulse. Her mother's concern turned to confusion. Why? Mark was perfect. Because I'm in love with someone else. Pause. A woman. Sarah. The line went dead silent. Then her father exploded. What? This is nonsense. You've been brainwashed or something. We raised you better. Her mother cried. Emily, think about your soul. This is a sin. The words cut deep, echoing years of indoctrination. Emily defended herself, explaining her journey, but they wouldn't listen. Come home, her father demanded. We'll get you help. I'm not broken, Emily retorted, tears flowing. This is who I am. The call ended with threats of disownment. If you choose this path, you're no longer our daughter. Sarah held her as she sobbed. They're wrong. We'll build our own family. But the rejection festered. Emily questioned everything. Was love worth this pain? Society's stares didn't help. Walking hand in public, they faced subtle judgments. Averted eyes whispered comments. At a pride event Sarah dragged her to, Emily felt exposed, yet empowered. Meeting others with similar stories ignited a spark. Yet betrayal lurked. Claire, under pressure from their parents, leaked details to extended family. Soon, aunts and uncles bombarded Emily with messages. Praying for you. Don't throw your life away. One particularly vicious email from a cousin accused her of selfishness. You're hurting everyone for your perversion. Sarah urged confrontation. Stand up to them. Emily did, replying firmly. My happiness isn't a perversion. It's human. The response? Silence from some, escalation from others. Her parents cut off financial support for the wedding. That wasn't happening anyway. But it symbolized deeper severance. Amid the chaos, Emily and Sarah's relationship deepened. They navigated intimacy carefully, focusing on emotional connection. Late-night talks revealed vulnerabilities. Sarah's fear of abandonment, Emily's guilt over Mark. Mark, meanwhile, reached out via text. I need closure. They met at a neutral park. He looked haggard. Did you ever love me? Yes, Emily admitted. But not like this. He nodded, pained. I wish you'd figured it out sooner. The meeting ended amicably, but Emily carried the weight of his hurt. Back home, Sarah proposed a trip to clear their heads. A weekend in the mountains. Just us. The drive was scenic, but tension simmered. At the cabin, over wine by the fire, Emily confessed her doubts. What if my family never comes around? Am I strong enough? Sarah took her hand. You are. But if not, we have each other. Their bond strengthened, but upon return, reality crashed in. Emily's job performance slipped. Her boss issued a warning. Get it together. Desperate, she sought therapy, recommended by Sarah. The sessions unearthed buried traumas, suppressed attractions in high school, the fear of being different. Progress was slow but enlightening. Meanwhile, Sarah faced her own demons. A client at work, a teen struggling with coming out, mirrored her past, triggering anxiety. One night Sarah broke down. What if I pushed you into this? Ruined your life? Emily reassured her. You awakened me. But seeds of doubt planted. Friends divided. Some supported, others distanced. An old college buddy, Mike, confronted Emily at a bar. Sarah's always been trouble. She's using you. The accusation fueled paranoia. Emily questioned Sarah's motives. Was this love or conquest? The conflict peaked at a dinner with mutual friends. Tensions rose, accusations flew. Sarah defended fiercely, but Emily snapped. Maybe Mike's right. Sarah's face fell. You don't trust me? The argument spilled outside. After everything, you doubt us? Sarah yelled. Emily regretted instantly. I'm scared. They reconciled tearfully, but the crack lingered. As weeks passed, Emily's parents reached out tentatively. A letter. We love you, but we can't condone this. It was a start or a manipulation. Emily debated responding. Sarah encouraged hope. People change. But Emily wondered, at what cost? The drama intensified when Claire visited unannounced. Mom sent me to talk sense. The confrontation was raw. Claire pleaded, "Come home. Fix this." Emily stood firm. "This is my truth." Claire left in tears but not before hugging her. "I love you anyway." A small victory, but the war raged on. Emily realized the price of authenticity, isolation but also liberation. Months into their relationship, the initial euphoria gave way to grinding reality. Emily and Sarah navigated the minefield of societal prejudice with varying success. At work, Emily's promotion hung in the balance. Rumors of her lifestyle change reached HR. Though illegal to discriminate, subtle biases emerged. Missed invitations to team events, sidelong glances in meetings. Sarah's job, ironically, provided support. Her colleagues, attuned to LGBTQ issues, rallied around her. But even there, a conservative board member questioned her influence on clients. "We must maintain neutrality," he said in a meeting. Sarah fought back. "Neutrality doesn't mean erasure." The victory was Pyrrhic. Stress mounted. Personally, the couple's dynamic shifted. Emily's lingering guilt manifested in overcompensation. Lavish dates, constant affirmations. Sarah appreciated it but sensed the underlying insecurity. One evening, over homemade pasta, Sarah broached it. "You don't have to prove anything to me." Emily set down her fork. "But I do. To myself. I appended lives for this." The admission opened floodgates. They discussed fears. Emily of regret, Sarah of being a rebound. Therapy helped, but breakthroughs came slowly. Emily's therapist encouraged journaling, unearthing memories of crushes on girls dismissed as admiration. Meanwhile, family fractures deepened. Her parents' silence stretched, broken only by a birthday card sans mention of Sarah. The omission hurt more than outright rejection. Claire became the bridge, relaying messages. "They're praying," she said during a call. "Give them time." But time felt like an enemy. Emily's father suffered a minor heart scare. Guilt gnawed. "If I caused this," Sarah consoled, "their stress is on them." Yet Emily visited alone, testing waters. The reunion was tense. Her mother hugged her stiffly. Her father avoided eye contact. "We miss you," her mom said over coffee. "Then accept me," Emily replied. Her father grunted. "It's not that simple." Our faith. The impasse left Emily drained. Back in Seattle, she lashed out at Sarah. "Why can't you understand? They're my parents." Sarah recoiled. "I do. Mine disowned me completely." The comparison stung, highlighting their different pains. A turning point came via an unexpected ally, Mark. He emailed. "Met someone new. Happy for you in a way. Take care." The closure lifted a burden, allowing Emily to focus inward. But society struck again. At a neighborhood block party, a nosy neighbor commented, "So you're with her now? Interesting choice." The condescension ignited Sarah. "It's not a choice, it's who we are." The exchange escalated, drawing stares. Emily pulled Sarah away, embarrassed. "You made a scene." Sarah fumed. "And you let her disrespect us?" The fight exposed cracks. Emily's lingering shame versus Sarah's unapologetic pride. Reconciliation involved compromise. "I'll stand taller," Emily promised. They attended couples counseling, learning communication tools. Sessions revealed Malthuan Dao Duk. Emily's Catholic upbringing clashed with her new identity. "Is love a sin?" she asked the counselor. "Only if you believe it is," came the reply. The insight sparked a spiritual quest. Emily explored progressive churches, finding communities embracing LGBTQ members. A sermon on unconditional love moved her to tears. Sarah joined occasionally, supportive but skeptical. "Faith hurt me too much." Their differences enriched but challenged. Drama peaked with a betrayal from within. A mutual friend, Lisa, outed them to Emily's extended family via social media. Photos from a pride parade circulated, captioned "Emily's new phase." The backlash was swift. Calls, emails condemning her. Emily confronted Lisa. "Why?" Lisa shrugged. "Thought they should know." Sarah saw red. "That's not friendship, that's sabotage." The loss stung, eroding trust in their circle. Isolated, they leaned on each other. A weekend retreat to the coast provided respite. Walking the beach, Emily proposed. Not marriage yet, but commitment. Sarah accepted with a kiss, waves crashing as witness. But joy was short-lived. Emily's job let her go, citing restructuring. She suspected bias but proving it was futile. Unemployed, doubts resurfaced. Is this the price? Sarah encouraged job hunts but Emily spiraled. Maybe I should go back, pretend. Sarah's face hardened. To what? A lie. The argument turned ugly. You're pushing me away. Emily yelled. Sarah stormed out, leaving Emily alone with regrets. Hours later, Sarah returned. I won't let fear win. They vowed resilience. Claire's visit brought hope. Mom wants to talk. The call was cautious. We're trying to understand, her mother said. Emily wept. That's all I ask. Progress, fragile but real. Yet society loomed. A news story about anti-LGBTQ legislation in other states heightened anxiety. What if it spreads here? Sarah worried. They volunteered at advocacy groups, channeling pain into action. Emily landed a new job at a progressive firm, a fresh start. But the journey taught harsh lessons. Love demands sacrifice. As bonds mended slowly, Emily reflected on choices. Right or wrong? The debate raged internally. With newfound stability at her job, Emily embraced her identity more openly. She updated her social media, posting photos with Sarah, captions affirming their love. The responses varied. Hearts from allies, silence from fence-sitters, vitriol from detractors. One comment from a distant relative. Disgusting. Unfollow. It hurt, but Emily deleted and moved on, empowered by Sarah's mantra. Their hate isn't our burden. Their relationship evolved into a partnership of equals. They adopted a rescue dog, Milo, symbolizing commitment. Walks in the park became rituals, discussions ranging from mundane to profound. Yet, undercurrents of conflict persisted. Sarah's work intensified. A case involving a teen suicidal over family rejection hit close. She came home exhausted, snapping at small things. Emily understood, offering space, but resentment built. I'm here too, she said one night. Sarah apologized. It's triggering my past. They navigated with care, but the strain showed. Family reconciliation inched forward. Emily's parents invited her for Thanksgiving. Alone. Not ready for her mom explained. The ultimatum tore at Emily. It's both or neither. Her father relented slightly. Come, we'll talk. Sarah encouraged. Go. For you. The trip to Chicago was nerve-wracking. Arriving at the familiar house, Emily braced for battle. Her mother hugged her warmly but tension simmered. Over turkey, conversation skirted the issue until her father cleared his throat. We've been reading. Talking to the priest. Hope flickered. And it's hard. But we don't want to lose you. Tears flowed. Emily shared stories humanizing her love. Sarah makes me better. Her mother nodded slowly. Maybe one day we can meet her. It wasn't acceptance but progress. Emily returned hopeful. Sharing with Sarah, they celebrated. See? Change happens. But optimism shattered when Sarah's estranged mother called out of the blue. Heard about your girlfriend. Disgraceful. Sarah hung up, shattered. Emily held her. Her loss. The incident reignited Sarah's insecurities. What if I'm not enough? Your family might pull you back. Emily reassured. I'm here. Doubts lingered, manifesting in a heated debate over future plans. Kids? Sarah asked. Emily hesitated. With the world like this? Scary. The discussion revealed divides. Sarah wanted adoption. Emily feared societal backlash. They tabled it but unease grew. A major confrontation arose at a family wedding. Emily's cousin invited her +1. Attending with Sarah was a statement. Whispers followed them. An uncle approached. This is a holy event. Respect it. Sarah retorted. Love is holy. The night ended early, Emily mortified. You embarrassed me. Sarah defended. He attacked us. The drive home was silent, resentment brewing. At home it exploded. Maybe we're too different. Emily shouted. Sarah's eyes widened. Is that what you want? To end this? No, but the words hung. They separated for a night. Emily at a hotel reflecting. Was the fight worth it? Morning brought clarity. She returned with apologies. I choose us always. Reconciliation deepened their bond. Society's pressures continued. A local bill threatening LGBTQ rights mobilized them. They protested, signs high. Media coverage captured their kiss amid the crowd, a symbol of defiance. But backlash followed. Online trolls, threats. Emily's new boss supported, but fear crept in. In therapy, they addressed it. Boundaries, the counselor advised. They set them, limiting exposure. Personal growth flourished. Emily volunteered at Sarah's center, mentoring youth. Hearing stories mirrored her own, fostering empathy. One teen, Mia, confided, "My parents kicked me out." Emily hugged her. "You're not alone." The experience awakened advocacy in her. Sarah beamed. "You're amazing." Their love, tested, emerged stronger. Yet, a final betrayal loomed. Claire confessed, "I told Mom about the protest. She's upset." Emily felt violated. Why? Thought it'd help her see. It backfired. Her parents withdrew again. The cycle frustrated. Will it ever end? Emily despaired. Sarah held firm. We endure. As winter set in, they planned a quiet holiday together. Decorating the tree, Emily proposed formally. "Marry me." Sarah said yes, ring sliding on. Joy amid chaos. But questions remained. Was the pain justified? The engagement announcement rippled through their worlds with mixed reactions. Friends cheered online, sending gifts and well wishes. At work, colleagues toasted them. But family responses were muted. Emily's parents sent a terse card. Congratulations. The question mark spoke volumes. Sarah's side remained silent, a void she'd grown accustomed to. Our chosen family matters more, she said, though her eyes betrayed lingering hurt. Planning the wedding became a battleground for their values. They opted for a small, inclusive ceremony in a Seattle garden, inviting those who supported them. Invitations to Emily's family were sent with trepidation. Claire RSVP'd yes, a beacon of hope. I'll be there, she promised. As details coalesced, external pressures mounted. A rise in anti-LGBTQ rhetoric nationally fueled anxiety. What if rights regress? Sarah worried over coffee. Emily squeezed her hand. We fight. Their activism intensified. They organized local events, drawing crowds. Media interviews followed, amplifying their voices. But fame brought foes. Anonymous letters arrived. Sinners will burn. Emily shredded them, but sleep evaded her. Therapy sessions focused on resilience. You've come far, the counselor noted. Indeed, from that rainy kiss to now, transformation was profound. Yet, internal conflicts persisted. Emily dreamed of her parents' disapproval, waking in sweats. Sarah noticed. Talk to them. Emily did, calling weeks before the wedding. I want you there. Her mother hesitated. We're struggling. Her father added. Praying for guidance. The ambiguity frustrated, but Emily persisted. See us happy. A week later, a surprise. They agreed to attend. Elation mixed with nerves. What if they caused drama? Sarah asked. We handle it. Wedding day dawned bright. Emily in a simple white dress. Sarah in tailored suit, elegant, authentic. Vows exchanged under blooming arches. Through storms, I choose you. Guests applauded, but Emily's eyes sought her parents. They sat stiffly but stayed. At the reception, tentative conversations flowed. Her mother approached. You look beautiful. Tears welled. Thanks, Mom. Her father nodded awkwardly. Happy for you. In your way. It wasn't full acceptance but a step. Claire beamed. Proud of you. The night ended in triumph, dancing under stars. Honeymoon in Hawaii provided bliss. Beaches, sunsets, reaffirmations. Back home, reality resumed. Emily's promotion came through. Sarah's work earned recognition. But scars remained. A family gathering post-wedding tested bonds. Her uncle, the outcast, reached out. Welcome to the club. They met, sharing stories. Regret nothing, he advised. Emily internalized it. Years passed in the story's epilogue but condensed here. Challenges continued but love endured. They adopted a child. Navigating biases but thriving. Reflecting, Emily pondered the journey's cost. Lost relationships, emotional tolls but gained authenticity. Sarah echoed. Worth every tear. In the end, the narrative closes with a lingering query. Was coming out a selfish act or a necessary truth? And who decides the morality of love in a judgmental world?